Any board that has Steve as a member has a true asset. He lives his life not only through his business life, but his community life, always trying to achieve excellence. And he does that because he really helps empower whatever team it is that he's on.
I was always so glad when Steve was going to be in a meeting, I was going to be in. I felt it was an immediate plus up for that meeting. In terms of the wisdom, the common sense, the freshness of the views he's had, but maybe in particular in the way he would convey his views. Because it would be in a way that evidenced palpable respect for everybody at the table.
I think Steve is somebody who really does live his values in a way that I really respect and admire. I know that giving is something that's very important to him, and I know that the idea of equal opportunity for all kids is something that he deeply believes. And it's one thing to say you believe that, and something different to commit your time and resources towards that. And that's something I've seen with Steve in every single interaction we've had.
Steve's passion for the community is genetic. It comes from his parents. His father was chairman of United Way in the town that Steve grew up in Springfield, Ohio. And his mother was very involved in the community, and that simply got passed down to Steve and his siblings, that they needed to make a difference in the world. There is no one busier than he is. He's running an extremely large organization that's growing, that causes him to have to travel around the world, and yet he has always prioritized his community work.
Somebody in Steve's position, somebody who's very successful, runs a multinational company, they could choose to spend their time in lots of different ways. Steve chooses to commit his time, his resources, his advice, his counsel to organizations like Teach for America that I hope, with his help, can make a real difference in the lives of kids. Steve is somebody who puts his time where his values are, and I think that makes him an enormous champion for children.
I think he inspires people the most because they want to be part of what he's doing, because of who he is and how he respects them. You want to be part of it. There's a joy in it. There's not only an important need, there's a joy in it. And he conveys both the need and the joy.
If you look at what Steve thinks about, he thinks long, he thinks visionary, he thinks innovative. And then he comes back to the now, and he connects people to do what we need to do now.
The word visionary is absolutely applicable for Steve. Steve has that much broader vision of the kind of world he wants to see, and then from that vision, he can work really hard to try to create that kind of world.
He begins and ends everything with passion. And in the middle, he empowers everyone to be inspired. He inspires passion, and he creates results by really expecting excellence.
Just talking about Steve brings tears to my eyes, because I think about how incredibly lucky I am to have him as a partner for all. I couldn't be any more thrilled to think of all these years I've been able to spend with him, and hopefully many, many years to come. The kind of partnership he and I have created, both for our children, but hopefully for the community's benefit also.
The only other thing I'd say about Steve as an advocate for children is I'm glad he's so young. I'm glad he's so young. I really am. Because I know how much good he's going to do being the person he is in the future.
For his passionate involvement locally and regionally to improve the quality of education and life for children. For his influential work on the Cincinnati Regional Business Committee to advance the business community's understanding about the importance of quality early education. And for his critical leadership on the Cincinnati Preschool Promise Steering Committee to give every child in Cincinnati a better start in life. 4C is proud to honor Steve Shifman as a champion for children.